show I'm showing is no longer live, but I've scrolled it back to around about where we started having glitches on the last computer. So if you bear with me, I'll start it up again and see what happens. If it's going to begin any second now, I hope. There's no noise here. Ah, here we go.
02, established 1782, the Phoenix. Here's the original seal. Until 1902 when they changed it to a bald eagle. That's a phoenix. The United States was taken over in 1902 by foreign power. But it was made to look like everything was continuing as normal. That's how they've been able to pull everything off. Like the New Deal, like the Federal Reserve, IRS, all this was done by design. Make the patriots feel like they're still in control of their country so you can fleece them for their wealth. Look how short all the other buildings are compared to this. The Flatiron Building, world's, supposedly to the historical record, it's the world's first skyscraper at 21 stories. It's Fifth Avenue. There it is again. Nice photo. Uh-oh, extra, extra. President McKinley assassinated, twice shot in the stomach and one in the groin. This is interesting. It just mentions a bunch of stuff in 1902 that didn't really make the news, but it's in this book. Yeah. It's talking about wars in the Balkans and all kinds of things going on in Serbia, and things came to a halt. Villagers were massacred. The Turks were doing things, and all of a sudden, natural disasters worldwide. But it doesn't go into detail what those natural disasters were. It just says they're worldwide. Then it talks about a 1902 earthquake in the Caucasus. Yeah, guys. Let's see. The French there. It mentions Saint Pierre, the French, the Martinique, month of May, Mount Pelée. It mentions all that. Saint Vincent, Saufrère. Now it mentions something I didn't even know about. Egypt, 20,000 people died of cholera, and the British authorities were blamed because they put disinfectants in the water. The Egyptians said they were poisoned. That sounds familiar. All right. Just more newspaper clippings from 1902 about stuff falling from the sky. Tsunami. El Salvador tsunami, 1902. 1902, April 11, over the United States. Massive dust storm in Illinois. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, mud showers. Guys, when you look up you got to look up the independent things in 1902 to find these things, because you just use a search engine to say disasters of 1902. These things don't pull up. You got to search for them. It's crazy. Phenomena observed at the lunar eclipse of 1902. Huh. I haven't been through a lot of this stuff. I remember I put this here for a reason. They saw something in the sky when the moon. It's talking about the inner red portion down here. I don't know, man. You can screenshot this and study it. I'm trying to get through this video. Mount Kimball disaster. I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know anything about 1902. Massive coal mine explosion killed 96 men in Wales. New South Wales, Australia. That's a terrible disaster. Here's a newspaper article about the new star that appeared in 1902. The scientists had to rescind their statements. Yeah, they're real quick to say, oh yeah, pontificating. Oh yeah, that right there, it's 30 light years away. And then a month later, they got to eat crow and they got to rescind their statement because that object started moving. And if it's 30 years light years away, it couldn't move that fast and get that close to us that quickly. Then it started giving off appendages. Yeah. 2 months later, people were saying that it looked like a structure in the sky. Yeah. Scientists told you it was 30 light years away. Uniformitarian bastards. Let's see. 1902, month of May, dust storm, mud showers around the Great Lakes, Atlantic coast. Dude, it was everywhere. It was all over the world. But there was nobody reporting it as all over the world. They're all reporting it in local areas. I don't even know what the meat war of 1902 was. That's something I got to look into. I have no idea. More stuff on natural disasters. A whole bunch of buffalo were killed. 1909. Yeah. Outbreak in 1902. Cholera killed 100,000 inhabitants in 2 years. Locusts. I don't know, guys. This is crazy. All throughout the arc, a bunch of buffalo died. You keep saying natural disasters, but really not telling us what they are. A terrible earthquake at Shimaka. That would be the Caucasus, 1902. Wow, seismic events in Azerbaijan. I don't know, guys. This is a lot. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. So, this is more on Illinois in 1902. People who were on the street were covered with mud spots. Clothes hanging on the lines were smeared. Oh, I know that. I know the housewives were pissed. 1902, 1902. A dust storm in April, unheard of thing. A deluge of dirt came in the month when the earth should be saturated with moisture. It was remarkable for being the worst dust storm in this section at any season for some years. From the Republican, April 12th, 1902. Muddy skies, Pennsylvania, April 12th, 1902. Here's an actual photograph of the red mud that fell from the sky. All right, we got more. Yakult burn is a collective name for dozens of fires in Washington State and Oregon in September, killing 70 people in 1902. Fire from the sky. Oh, listen to this. 1902, Albert Einstein and his wife, Mileva Merrick, had a daughter in 1902 named Lycyril. But it was before they were married. Her existence is only discovered in 1986. Albert Einstein is believed to have never met her, and what happened to her is a mystery. Albert Einstein, being Jewish, had a daughter, and they named her Lycyril. So, what did he do to his daughter? It wasn't even discovered till 1986. What happened to his baby girl? That's a mystery. Wow. Crazy. All right, so I don't know how many we go. What's this? Pan American Exposition? 1900. Oh, the Pan American Exposition, 1901. That's where they killed. President McKinley. Anti-Kythera computer. That's it. We're done with that file. All right, we're done with that file. All right, I'm back. 2 hours and 47 minutes. Let's go, guys. Thank you for your donations. I'm sorry I can't acknowledge you. I'm in my zone. We still got more ground to cover, guys. Still got more ground to cover. So, we're gonna hit this video clip about 1903. We're moving into 1903, and then I'm gonna sum up 1901 with some stuff that's gonna blow your mind. I promise you, you're gonna have mind explosions about this. First, let's finish 1903 because it's connected to 1902. You need to know what happened. All right. Present. I'm gonna have to pull it out that file. I'm getting used to it. It's making me take videos out of files in order to share them. Good thing I labeled every video. All right. On February 14th, Valentine's Day 1903, the blackest of darkness over Australia occurred, followed by a deluge of dust and mud upon 40 towns in New South Wales and Victoria. The material that fell in Australia fell about as enormously as that fell in the dusts of Europe. It was a tremendous blanketing of dust, dirt, and mud straight from the skies over Europe, For several days, the south of England was a dumping ground from somewhere else. Red dust fell as far away as the Canary Islands and on the 19th. On the 27th, this fall of dust continued in Belgium, Holland, Germany, and Austria. A vessel reported that dust fell into the Atlantic midway between Southampton and Barbados. In England, it was estimated at 10 million tons of fallen matter, and again, 50 tons per square mile in Australia alone. Also, at Switzerland, Russia, and from February to March 1903, dust and discolored rains fell along the western coasts of Africa. Fort wrote that the matter is variously described as brick dust, red dust colored, as reddish raindrops and gray sand, quite red, yellow, and brown. Chemists of the time proclaimed that tests of the red dust revealed 9.08% organic matter or as much as 36% organic matter, depending on the sample that was taken. As 1902 was called a dark age, 1903 is the other year specifically commented on by Fort. He said, "I think myself that in 1903 we passed through the remains of a powdered world, left over from an ancient interplanetary dispute, brooding in space like red resentment ever since," unquote. Though the reports came from all over the world, Fort notes that the astronomers in 1902 and 1903 remained quiet, loathing to ponder an origin for dust outside of our world, while meteorologists pontificated that storms kicked up African sand from the Sahara. Fort searched the weather reports of the time. There were no storms in the Sahara, in Africa. He also shows that the sand of the Sahara is white, not red. Nor were any volcanic eruptions occurring in 1903. However, Charles Fort does note something unusual. The appearance of a new star. Okay. Yeah, guys. "1903, we still had some carryover in 1903.
Now we're freezing up here as well.
Let me see what I can find here. Let's see. I'm real close to being done with that. All right. All right, let me get to
Doesn't seem to want to work for me today, does it, folks? This is a pretty good little
1903. 1903 is not going to take long. It's just a carryover. Remember, our actual year begins as soon as February is over. The end of the year was the Februm. It's Februum, the Februum. February was the last month. This is easily shown. I've already told you guys. I've stumbled over it a few times because it kind of gets you. But you already know September, October, November, and December are supposed to be our 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th months, but they're named the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th months in Latin. And that's because January is the 11th month, February is the 12th month, New Year starts with March. This is the ancient system. This is why we still have 2 weeks left in 2023.
Not really working, is it, folks? How surprising. Anyway, I reckon that'll for where are we? The last bit. This is my last attempt at the last bit for this show. So, whatever I want to do, it doesn't seem to work. So I might can the show for now. I might work out to get DK on the phone and we'll have a chat about other stuff. So I didn't contact DK today because just woke up. Anyway, that'll do for
2024 begins
well, look,
as soon as March begins.
he's back.
This is how the Phoenix years work as
See how it
well.
goes.
Actually, March 21st is the beginning of the year.
If it comes up. No. It's still a bit sketchy. Oh well. I tried. Big I'll plan to do an actual news show very soon. Might be today, might be next week. Who knows? But so
All right.
around
Let's see.
and yeah, well, have a look at Archaix. It's interesting stuff. Like, let's face it, today's presentation was 3 hours. Still got half of it, but for what was there, it was pretty interesting, I think. So until next time, be good to each other, and in like Ash.